Mountain floods and mudslides destroyed 148 houses and disrupted 80 roads in Shaanxi province. The controversial practice of growing rice on mountains has been suspended. The news that a Hunan vendor selling veggies for 21 yuan was fined 110,000 yuan sparked outrage. A satirical virtual university on China's educational inequality has gone viral. It's all covered in today's China Truths. Mountain floods and mudslides destroyed 148 houses and disrupted 80 roads in Shaanxi province. Shanghai County, located in Hanzhong City, Shaanxi province, experienced an unprecedented torrential rain event on the evening of July 1st. This calamitous downpour resulted in mountain torrents and mudslides, leading to devastating floods that ravaged the region. As reported by Beijing Daily, heavy rainfall struck Shanghai County from 2000 hours on July 1 to 1 o'clock on July 2, causing significant swelling of the Han River and Jiaoling River, including their main and tributary streams. Specifically, Yudu Town, Rinsuan Town, and Henan Town witnessed intense rainstorms, with precipitation levels exceeding 100 millimeters within a mere 3-hour span. Particularly alarming were the super warning floods that occurred along the Yushui River in the Yudu and Henan sections. Numerous videos circulating on the internet depicted the ferocious torrents engulfing villages and towns, submerging streets, sweeping away houses, and obliterating roads. Mud and debris half-buried parked cars, while extensive flooding resulted in water and power outages across most towns. Communication systems were interrupted, and vast agricultural areas suffered severe crop damage. Recognizing the severity of the situation, the Shanghai County government promptly initiated an emergency response at the flood control level. Official reports indicate that the county's infrastructure has incurred significant damage, with 80 roads rendered impassable and disrupted. Moreover, 148 houses have sustained varying degrees of damage. Among them, 9 houses have been severely affected, while 8 households, with 24 houses, have collapsed entirely. Based on preliminary statistics, the number of individuals affected by the recent flood has reached 5,637. As of 1630 on June 2, authorities had successfully relocated 4,533 people to secure locations. While no official mention of casualties has been made, reports of missing persons have surfaced on social media, and some villagers remain unaccounted for in the aftermath of the deluge. The public is urged to remain vigilant against potential flooding risks. At 6 o'clock on June 3, the Central Meteorological Observatory released a blue rainstorm warning, indicating heavy to torrential rain is expected in 11 provinces, autonomous regions, and municipalities from 8 o'clock on June 3 until 8 o'clock on June 4. Notably, 5 of these regions are forecast to experience locally intense rainstorms, namely Shandong, Jiangsu, Anhui, Hunan, Hubei, Shaanxi, Chongqing, Sichuan, Guizhou, Yunan, and the southwestern coastal areas of Guangdong. The controversial practice of growing rice on mountains has been suspended. On June 14, China's Ministry of Natural Resources issued a notice urging the consolidation of the accomplishments achieved in converting farmland back into forests and putting an end to indiscriminate actions such as uprooting seedlings, felling trees, filling in pits, and leveling ponds. As a result, the controversial practice of growing rice on mountains that sparked intense debate in mainland China has finally come to a halt, but the public outcry shows no signs of abating. The question now remains, who will bear the burden of the losses incurred? Xu Yuyong, the president of Yunan Agricultural University, who first proposed the cultivation of rice in mountainous regions during the 20th National Congress of the Chinese Communist Party in October of last year, has become the focal point of widespread public criticism on various social media platforms. In an effort to quell the controversy, the director of the Cultivated Land Quality Monitoring and Protection Center, under the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Affairs of the CCP, argued on June 24 that the previously endorsed rice up the mountain technique involves rain-fed and dry-planted hybrid rice cultivation methods. The director sought to clarify that it does not entail deforestation or the conversion of mountains into arable land. However, Chinese netizens appear unconvinced by these explanations, leading to ongoing discussions and criticisms on the matter. On July 2, China's NetEase platform featured an extensive article authored by Yuan, which critically analyzed the origins and progression of growing rice on mountains while demanding accountability for the incident. The article began by referencing Zhu Youyong's speech at the Great Hall, where he enthusiastically proclaimed, "Farmers are embracing rice cultivation in mountainous regions." In that year, Hunan province promoted this practice on 500,000 mu of land, about 333.3 square kilometers, achieving a peak yield of 788 kilograms per mu. The article noted that even in regular paddy fields, the relatively high yield typically hovers around 600 kilograms per hectare. Thus, Zhu's promoted experiment of rice up the mountain achieving a yield of 788 kilograms per mu was described as an astonishing innovation. Nonetheless, doubts and skepticism voiced on the internet have persisted unabated. The article poses a series of inquiries regarding the incident. Firstly, can the results obtained from a test field be extrapolated to the entire nation? Furthermore, the land halfway up the mountains is predominantly characterized by infertile rocks and sparsely vegetated areas, significantly lacking the soil fertility found on the plains. Apart from resorting to chemical fertilizers to boost nutrient levels, there are minimal conditions for cultivating high-yielding rice. Mountain terraces face challenges with inadequate sunlight exposure due to varying angles. Another aspect the government seemingly overlooked while promoting rice cultivation in mountainous areas is the burden of labor costs. In the mountainous terrain, mechanized operations are nearly impractical, leaving farmers heavily reliant on manual labor. Consequently, this undoubtedly imposes substantial labor and cost pressures on farmers. Furthermore, the article raises concerns regarding market demand and commercial viability. Can rice cultivated through this costly method be sold at a significant premium? No discernible market research has been conducted thus far. Additionally, the article cites an incident where some netizens reported visiting an experimental rice field in Heoziba, Yunnan. To their astonishment, they found neither rice nor any trace of straw. When they inquired about the villagers' perception of the growing rice on mountains project, the response was simply, "I didn't participate. I don't know." Furthermore, the article highlights a warning issued by Xu Qixin, a professor at China Agricultural University, who warns that rice up the mountain violates agricultural principles and has the potential to disrupt ecological balance. In reality, during the rainy season, the reclamation of terraced fields destroys the original vegetation, leading to the release of floodwater from the mountains and the subsequent destruction of the so-called terraced fields. The exposed hillsides are susceptible to wind erosion, transforming the once productive terraced fields into barren deserts. Such land becomes unsuitable for agriculture and presents significant challenges for reforestation, ecological restoration, and management. The article also poses another pressing question: what recourse do farmers living at the foot of the mountain have if floods wash away their homes and agricultural infrastructure? As early as 1973, the Beijing Academy of Agricultural Sciences initiated research on upland rice cultivation in Daxing. Similarly, many rural areas in the southern parts of the country attempted to grow upland rice in mountainous regions, but they eventually abandoned these efforts due to issues such as water scarcity and low yields. The article remarks, these problems, which remain unresolved, have been hastily overlooked, resulting in not only a wastage of human and financial resources but also irreversible damage to the ecological environment. In conclusion, the article poses a critical query. After over a year of promotion and implementation, the issue has come to the forefront. While rice cultivation in the mountains has been urgently halted, the article provocatively asks, who will bear the immense losses and consequences? The news that a Hunan vendor selling veggies for 21 yuan was fined 110,000 yuan sparked outrage. In the Shigong district of Luoyang City, Hunan province, a tricycle vegetable vendor recently found himself subjected to an exorbitant fine due to the sale of substandard products. Despite making a modest profit of 21.05 yuan, about $2.90, from his vegetable sales, he was penalized with a staggering fine amounting to 110,000 yuan, about $15,176. This incident has sparked considerable controversy and garnered attention from many people. According to a report from Jimu News, the vegetable stall owner, named Jiang, operated his tricycle stall in the Shigong district of Luoyang City. He procured a batch of ginger, spinach, and green peppers from a large wholesale market in Luoyang for retail purposes. Regrettably, the batch of vegetables attracted the attention of the administrative agency, which conducted sampling tests and found excessive pesticide residues. Despite generating sales of 198.4 yuan, Zhang's profit margin amounted to a mere 21.05 yuan. The administrative agency responded by imposing a fine of 55,000 yuan on the vegetable stall, coupled with an additional 55,000 yuan in administrative penalties. Subsequently, an application for enforcement was submitted to the Shigong court. However, the court ruled against allowing the enforcement of the penalties. The entire incident, once brought to light, ignited a wave of attention and intense debate among internet users. In response to the incident, one netizen offered a thought-provoking comment, stating, "He is not responsible for cultivating these crops. Should he be expected to purchase a testing machine to verify their quality? Furthermore, shouldn't the focus be on tracing the source of these vegetables?" While food safety is undoubtedly crucial, it appears that large-scale establishments such as college cafeterias and takeaway businesses have managed to evade strict enforcement measures, while small-scale businesses and street vendors are subjected to hefty fines. Several netizens have voiced their opinions on the matter, raising important questions and concerns. They pondered whether it was the responsibility of the vegetable stall owner if the pesticide levels exceeded the standard. Another netizen also questioned whether the administrative agency lacks funds to pay its employees. Netizens pointed out that the relentless targeting of ordinary people, such as street vendors and electric vehicle riders, by various departments is indicative of the economic downturn. They argued that there always seems to be a reason to fine people, thereby squeezing the already limited space for survival among those in lower socioeconomic positions. Furthermore, a similar case involving a Fujian resident further illustrates the trend of imposing hefty fines on street vendors. According to a report on Sohu.com dated June 14, an elderly man called Chen from Fuzhou City, Fujian Province, was fined 100,000 yuan, about $13,797, for selling 70 kilograms of celery to a vegetable wholesaler and gaining a profit of only 14 yuan. The local Municipal Supervision Bureau discovered during a random inspection in September 2019 that the celery he had resold exceeded the acceptable pesticide residue level standard. In April 2022, Mr. Chen fell under the scrutiny of the Municipal Supervision Bureau, which levied an administrative penalty against him. The Bureau confiscated his illicit earnings of 14 yuan and imposed a fine of 50,000 yuan. However, due to Mr. Chen's inability to pay the fine promptly, the City Supervision Bureau imposed an additional penalty of 50,000 yuan. Struggling to meet the demand for a 100,000 yuan fine, Mr. Chen's case was referred to the court for enforcement in February of this year, only to be ultimately rejected. Similarly, on August 27 of the previous year, a highly debated event unfolded when a couple was fined 66,000 yuan, about $9,106, for selling 5 trays of celery. According to reports from Zhupai News, Luo and his wife, who run a vegetable, grain, and oil store in Yuan City, Shaanxi Province, purchased 7 kilograms of celery on a certain day in October 2021. Upon conducting a sampling inspection, the local market supervision department retained 2 trays for examination, while the couple proceeded to sell the remaining 5 trays for 4 yuan per tray. A month later, the local market supervision department issued a penalty of 66,000 yuan to the self-employed duo, citing the failure of the inspected batch of celery. Investigating the food administrative punishment records maintained by the Yuan City Market Supervision Bureau since 2021, it was found that among the 50-plus penalties imposed on small and micro-market entities, 21 incurred fines exceeding 50,000 yuan, despite the insignificant value of their respective cases amounting to mere dozens or hundreds of yuan. A satirical virtual university on China's educational inequality has gone viral. The Chinese college entrance examination has long faced criticism for its perceived unfairness. In a recent development coinciding with the submission of college entrance examination applications in mainland China, an online entity called Shanghai University emerged on the Chinese internet, rapidly gaining popularity and capturing attention as a top trending topic on Weibo. However, due to its satirical nature, which targets the privileged system of the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, discussions surrounding this topic were swiftly censored. As reported by the paper, a mainland Chinese publication, it was revealed that Shanghai University is a humorous creation originating from high school students. The 4 provinces located in the Central Plains region, namely Hebei, Hunan, Shandong, and Shaanxi, are currently grappling with the issue of low undergraduate admission rates. Collectively, the 3.433 million candidates hailing from these 4 provinces could contribute 10,000 yuan, about $1,379.70 each, amassing a substantial sum of over 30 billion yuan, about $4.139 billion, to establish a comprehensive university. The proposed location for this institution would be strategically situated at the intersection of these 4 provinces. Once the satirical concept gained traction on the internet, its development progressed swiftly. Netizens promptly conceptualized and designed various elements, including the official website, school motto, school badge, departments, and admissions brochures for Shanghai University. The emergence of Shanghai University swiftly captured the attention of online social platforms like TikTok and Weibo, igniting fervent discussions. The paper, in its report, highlights the need to acknowledge the underlying issues behind this proposal while netizens indulge themselves in the enthusiasm surrounding it. The provinces of Shandong, Shaanxi, Hunan, and Hebei share common characteristics, including a scarcity of educational resources and the immense pressure faced by students during the college entrance examination. Weibo users voiced their sentiments, expressing that this phenomenon represents not mere amusement but a lamentation for the plight of the Central Plains. They emphasized the existence of educational unfairness and how it all begins with the college entrance examination. The crucial point is that individuals residing in these 4 provinces, regardless of their backgrounds, are victims of educational injustice. A Weibo blogger known as Wuxiang Finance published an article titled "The Deep-Rooted Cause of the Shanghai University Explosion: The Fervent Plea of Central Plains Students." The article sheds light on the reasons why students from these 4 provinces struggle with the college entrance examination. In terms of examination difficulty, Beijing, Shanghai, and Tianjin are the least challenging regions, boasting significantly high admission rates. On the contrary, Hunan ranks in the lowest position, earning the title of the most formidable area for the national college entrance examination. Shandong and Shaanxi fall into nightmare mode, while Hebei falls into difficult mode. On July 2, Shanghai University was delisted from the hot search, and related discussions were prohibited. A netizen lamented, "The disappearance of the hot search topic means even the possibility of a dream is denied to students in these 4 provinces." Another netizen shared, "When I took the college entrance examination 20 years ago, regional disparities and unfairness were already prevalent. I hoped the future would bring change, but I never anticipated that 20 years later, we would still face the same challenges. One wonders if the situation will remain unchanged even after another 2 decades. Don't forget to comment in the section below to share your opinions on today's topic with us. Make sure to like and subscribe to see more interesting topics from China Truths.